So I'm going to show you how to replace the recoil spring in a Kimber Pro Carry 2, which is a 4-inch 1911. Does not have the barrel bushing on this model. Most of the 4-inch Pro Series Kimbers have this type of a bull barrel. So you're going to need the Kimber takedown tool, the firearm, unloaded, of course. We have an unloaded firearm. It's the most important thing. I have a recoil spring here from Wolff gun spring makers for Kimber compact and pro carry 4-inch pistols, 45 ACP. It also contains a firing pin spring, which we're not going to use. So I'm just going to get the recoil spring out of here. Kimber recommends replacing the recoil spring every 800 rounds in this particular gun. So I know I have at least 800 rounds through this firearm. I've taken it to training a few times. Okay, so as you can see, there are two ends. There's a closed end and an open end. The open end always goes toward the muzzle when you get it in there. This end is always toward the back of the gun or seated on the guide rod. The first thing we have to do, of course, is field strip. And on this type of Kimber, you lock the slide back, and then you will see the hole there for this tool. Just set it right in there, and that's just gonna, you let the slide forward, it traps that recoil spring under tension. So now you can slide it forward, line it up with that slot there, press on the back, pushes this right on out, and at this point you can just slide the slide right off the front of the gun. All right, now, so this is what we have at this point. You want to take the captive guide rod out. Now that spring is captive in there under pressure. I'm going to show you how to get that out. You want to remove the barrel from the slide, because we're going to make use of the slide for this procedure. So to get this spring out from under tension, what we're going to do, we're going to put this back in the gun without the barrel in there, because the barrel gets in the way. Going to press this into the gun. It's going to hold the big lug. So what you want to do now, hold this, you want to compress the spring so your tool falls out, and then very slowly, it's under pressure now, very carefully release that tension all the way back. All right, and now just pull that, leave that piece in the top of the, leave that piece in there. So now we just have the guide rod and the spring. Remove that. Looks like I installed this last one backwards. So this one I'm going to install correctly. Should be a little bit of a tight fit there. Going that way. Now just repeat the process. Put that in there like that. Now this is a little bit tough. You want to make sure that the guide rod, or I'm sorry, the takedown pin comes in from the top. And there's a reason for that. You don't want to put it in this way. You want to put it in this way. And you'll see why later. So very carefully, push that up till you see the hole. Press it in there. Release it. Now you have it under pressure again. Okay, here's another way to capture the recoil spring if you don't have any help. So make sure this is set in with a little groove facing down like that. Hold it in place, set it up against an edge like that. Get the pin ready. Now you want to press in this direction so it doesn't pop off of there and go flying across the room. Press that down till you see the hole. Put that in the hole and gently release pressure. And there you have it. You're done. Got it captured again. And now it looks just like it did earlier with the new spring on there. All right, after placing the barrel and the guide rod assembly on top, you want to grab it and hold this in place. You want to make sure that this lug stays just like that. You don't want it over here. You want it to stay like that because you're going to line it up with this hole. All right, so slide it in there like that. Very slowly. Look through the hole until you see that. You see right through there. And then you put this guy in there. Now you just want to keep going back until this notch lines up with this hole. Doesn't always want to go. Okay, there we go. Sometimes you got to fiddle things around a little bit until that sucker. Had a little trouble getting it there, but I got it there. You just got to fiddle with it a little bit. Line that up right in the hole. Put that on top. This is a spring-loaded pin right here. So you have to kind of push past this. So you want to line this up kind of with two hands and just press it right into place. Now keep going back until you can lock the slide. Remove the pin. As I said before, if you didn't put this pin in the right way, if you put it in this way, it would be stuck in there and you wouldn't be able to get it out. Then you'd have to take everything apart again, take this pin out and put it in the other side. You'll see if you make that mistake, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Put it out. We're all done.